O'Neill Capital Advisors is focused on blockchain, medical cannabis, REITs, technology companies. The company is currently setting up an office in Singapore and doing a lot of SPACs with Asian investors as well. And with me is Dennis O'Neill, the CEO of O'Neill Capital Advisors. So great to have you back here in the U.S.
Thank you. I love being here.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about O'Neill Capital Advisors. What do you do?
Sure. O'Neill Capital Advisors, my background is over 30 years of investment banking experience. I've started two of the largest regional investment banks in Chicago, and then went on to run the SoftBank Investments E2 Capital office out of Chicago. So I've raised a couple of $1 billion in early stage capital. I've taken dozens of companies public. I have spoken as an expert and thought leader at 75 conferences globally. So, you know, we're focused on basically what we do is primarily capital introductions. We have over 30,000 investors in our network. We also work as a merchant bank. So we have, and all of our investors are institutional or super high net or ultra high net worth individuals. So the idea here is that being able to help companies to be able to access capital that relationships that they wouldn't normally be able to access.
Mm-hmm. And we mentioned blockchain and medical cannabis and technology. I mean, that's your main focus. So how do you pick those companies, find those industries? Kind of explain that strategy.
Sure. Well, I've spoken at many blockchain conferences, technology conferences, and medical cannabis conferences. So we get to see hundreds of deals, almost every month. So basically what we look for is that we look for companies that have a management team with a track record of success, that they've been able to raise some capital to date, so we can watch exactly how they've deployed that capital. We look for highly disruptive technologies because we look for large marketplaces or marketplaces that are growing very, very quickly, and then that they have a disruption, very, very disruptive technology to where that they would be able, if successful in being able to execute on the business model, that they will be, very, very valuable as a company.
And you mentioned moving your offices to Singapore. So
sure.
Why Singapore? Why Southeast Asia?
Well, Singapore, number one, is the gateway to Asia because they have a great government, they have a great legal system, they have the highest concentration of family offices in the world. So there's significant amounts of capital there to be able to access. As well as that, for early stage companies, they have grant programs, investor matching funds programs. They have a multitude of associations which will give you support for free as a early stage company. So we believe that is the platform that we can build from and be able to access the rest of Asia.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about business in Singapore.
Yeah, no, it's booming.
Now tell me about RCEP. Am I saying this right? Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership.
Yeah.
Explain what that is.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest reasons why that we're actually moving our offices into Singapore. It's the largest free trade zone in the world. It represents 15 countries, everywhere from Singapore, Malaysia, China, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, and many others. It encompasses about a third of the world's population, and it eliminates about 90% of the tariffs. So you're able to, what you're able to do is that you're able to trade freely, throughout this region. And one of the most important aspects of this is that, these countries, Asia is the largest population and the fastest growing economies. And it's the most undervalued, especially in Southeast Asia. You can find unbelievable value in these companies because historically they have not been able to access B and C rounds.
Interesting. And very young population too, as I understand.
For sure, yeah.
So a lot of potential growth and...
Yeah, it's booming for sure.
So what is your overall Asia strategy then?
The idea here for us is that the major problem right now is that you have multi-billion-dollar companies that have an Asia strategy if they're from the United States, or if you're an Asian company, you have a US strategy. But once you get below that $1 billion mark, many of these companies do not have an Asian strategy if you're in the United States. So what we're doing is that we're setting up subsidiaries in Singapore to access all the government programs that are available there. And then we're able to match them with investors, as well as that market opportunities for them to be able to grow their business in Asia. And we're doing the same thing for Asian companies, especially Southeast Asian companies, to where that we're introducing them to the U.S. markets, as well as that U.S. investors. And we're taking a lot of these Southeast Asian companies now. We'll be taking them public through a SPAC.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dennis. Great to see you again.
Yeah, it's so good to see you.
Yes,
Always love to be here.
And would love to interview you in Singapore sometime.
Yeah,
So
for
thank
sure.
you.
Let's do that.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.